Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. I have waited since the 12th of September 2019. We have had one hell of a roller coaster ride through SB Race Engineering, through Barkaways, through Eurospares, through NVN, and today I am driving my Murcielago for the first time in the best part of a year. And you can tell by the smile on my face that I'm bloody excited, but what you can't see is my heart rate. I am also terrified for a number of reasons. The first one being, it is torrential raining outside and we have got to drive to Lamborghini Pangbourne so this car can get a major service done. So the work does not stop here. I am a man on a mission to make this the most perfect Murcielago in the entire country, if not Europe. So we're driving to Lamborghini Pangbourne in torrential rain. This car also hasn't been driven for a year. So everything to do with the components in the engine, the oil, the spark plugs, simple things like the tyres just haven't been used properly, tyres and brakes. So I'm going to be taking it very easy and I'm going to be documenting the entire drive, and fingers crossed you get to see just how robust this car is mechanically, because it is hands down being the most reliable car I've owned in my supercar history as such. So it is here in the bay, the wash bay at NVN. Whilst there's a lot of noise going on in the background, let's get it outside, get it down to a petrol station, fill this car up with fuel, and get over to Lamborghini Pangbourne. Good timing. Oh my God! I've just ran in from starting the GoPro on Archie's camera. What's that? Seatbelt. Come on. Well, the first thing to go wrong is the seatbelt. Where are the windscreen wipers again? This one? There we go. Windscreen wipers working. And we are away. Oh man, I'm nervous. We are out on the road in my Murcielago. I don't want to put the window down. I'm wet. I'm in a car. I'm going to need a nose lift. This is the indicator here. Can't believe I am back driving the monster and it's black. What a bizarre sensation. This has been one hell of a project, and they always say project cars are never finished. Well, this is as close to it being finished as it possibly can be, with just a service to do. We're there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wearing my Lamborghini and Roger Dubuis coat to rep the Lamborghini brand. First stop, petrol station. Need some airflow in this thing. Ooh, it's getting hot. On the open road. The windscreen wipers are doing the best they can. They're brand new windscreen wipers. I've got a new windscreen as well. Oh my God, but the visibility is the worst I've experienced in such a long time. I've had to put my headlights on. What I would do to be in that Nardo Grey RS7 right about now. This is the worst idea of my 2020, to bring the car over to Pangbourne today. Whether you own the right car, you bought the right car, because if it still makes you smile on the worst possible day, then imagine what it can do on the best possible day. And that was one of the reasons why I went through with the whole dream car, buying my Murcielago, because the first time I test drove one of these in the United Kingdom, it was left-hand drive, the weather was slightly better than this, country roads, it was the worst day to drive a Murcielago, and it still put a massive smile on my face. And again, this is doing exactly that, whilst I'm terrified at the same time as driving this. It's just a ridiculous experience to be in 2020 driving this ultimate modern classic. Here we are at HRO Lamborghini Pangbourne Service Centre, and my Lambo is here in one piece. Oh my God, I don't know whether you could tell by the concentration and the sternness of my face. Even though I was smiling inside, there was so much riding on this drive here. One of the main things that I wanted to do is obviously run everything up to temperature, and now that the car is here, and it has got the ramp right here, which I think is probably going to stay here for the next couple of days or so. It just feels so good to have the car here, and we are now going to eradicate all of the gremlins that this car has picked up over the last year of not driving. It's the one thing that you really shouldn't do with Murcielagos. I said it earlier in the video, but you have to regularly drive these and treat these with such caution, just to make sure that every time you do drive it, it's got the thumbs up and the green lights all along. So yeah, the car is going to be here now. I'm going to be documenting the full service. I'm going to head to the showroom, meet up with Craig, might jump in Archie's M8 competition actually and get a ride, because the weather is still quite wet over here. It's quite interesting bits. SVJ there, SV, and my Murcielago is here. Thank God. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen, all leathered up and ready for its major service. Being joined by David, who Craig has said on a number of occasions, you are the Murcielago man, and this is in the safest hands it could possibly be. Would you like to explain to the viewer sort of why you are acclaimed by Craig as the Lamborghini Murcielago man?
Well, I've worked for Lamborghini for 15 years now.
Yeah.
So when I first started, the Gallardo had only just come out.
Yeah.
So my training was on Murcielago, Countach, Diablo.
Oh wow.
So
the proper Lambos.
Yeah, the proper Lambos. I like to call them the proper Lambos. The man Lambos, the stuff with the V12. So yeah, I've worked on it for years. So there's not much I haven't seen.
Okay, well that's good to know.
So yeah.
Now this car, we've got wheels off. It's looking very smart and dressed up, ready to go. What are we going to do today? And why is it so important on a car that is, what, 10 years old?
Yeah, it's 11 years old now. It's 2009 model year. So, well, we'll do a major service. So that's all the fluids, oil, engine oil, gearbox oil, differential oil, coolant, spark plugs, air filters, pollen filters. I've already done the vehicle check over. Okay. You saw last time you came in, so that's all been done. Also going to change the battery, because the battery was a bit dead, so that's out already. So. It's just important. People think just because you don't use cars, you don't have to service them. But you really need to keep up with the oils degrade over time and everything like that. And for the sake of how much the cars are worth now, how much
and going up
and how much they cost to repair, scrimping on servicing really isn't the best idea.
The one thing that weighed over my shoulders the entire time that I was doing the paint project and the restoration project was that I'm not driving it. So the fact of me not driving it, I knew was going to be bad for the car. So the one thing I wanted to do as soon as it was road ready was obviously get it serviced.
Sometimes it's worse to not use cars.
Yeah. Oh, 100% on this. I've found that even going on holiday for like a couple of weeks, you come back and they don't like it.
No, they don't like sitting around. They need to be used.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, as long as you use it sensibly, not take it out in the rain as much, because I mean it is Italian at the end of the day. They don't like being out in the rain too much, but take it out for a drive and just start it up, run it, leave it running, get it out to temperature.
Oh, I used to do that. My neighbours used to love me for it.
I bet they do with that exhaust. I love that.
Right, I'm going to film and follow your lead. Let's get cracking and show you guys exactly in depth what goes on a major Murcielago service.
Check and make sure there's no corrosion.
How are they looking?
They're fine. Usually you can tell they swell up, they melt.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm assuming there's 12 of these.
Yep, 6 on each side.
You can tell the amount of time that's passed from this clip and the last clip because there is now a Urus up in the air rather than a perf Spider. But let's come back round to the engine bay because I feel like we're getting towards the end with the new air filters in.
We're getting there. New spark plugs are going in, new air filters are in, done all the oils now, so all the oils are done. So really this is drawing towards the end of what I'd call a minor major service. If there is such a thing. So where we'd move on to now would be doing the valve clearance check.
Yeah, which we've talked about. Seeing as the last time this had a major service, I've owned the car for 2 years and it's only done just under 2,000 miles. So it's one of those things that it's down to me behind the camera, and it's kind of
we have the service schedule from Lamborghini. And Lamborghini recommends that the valve clearances are checked every 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's why we say we could do we've done a minor major, so we've done everything other than the valve clearances.
Yeah.
So.
And you were saying that valve clearances is 6 hours per side.
If they need adjusting.
Yeah. If they need adjusting.
If they need adjusting.
Okay.
But even to check them, obviously you've got the whole inlet manifold needs to come off, so that's all the pipe work, the wiring, and everything like that. End plates have got to come off. Then the cam covers come off before you even start checking them.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got 4 valves per cylinder. 6 cylinders. Turning the engine over, checking them. So it does add more cost to the cost of the service. And you've got obviously all the gaskets to replace as well. And then you've got the time for obviously adjusting them. You've got 2 camshafts on each side to take out. Then it has to be retimed back up again, all checked.
I mean, that is a monumental job that I just feel like, seeing as this car has been well maintained, well looked after, I've not done that many miles in it. The minor major service is everything that I think we're going to need. We're also putting a new battery in the car, and then once this is all done and the engine bay goes back to normal, is bleeding the brakes or changing the brake fluids.
The boring stuff.
Which we're not going to film. So it's been super interesting to see this open heart surgery, as you might call on the Murcielago, but just to get a little bit mechanical, a little bit technical in a video after driving it is always super interesting. And seeing as this car has had such a major transformation in the last 12 months, the right thing to do is to come here and have the proper service done. So massive thumbs up to the guys at HRN. I'm wearing a hoodie now because it's raining outside, but yeah, it's been super cool to see. So David, thank you very much for everything that you have done. And it's been really interesting to learn because I'm just completely clueless when it comes to mechanical stuff.
To be honest with you, a lot of the time cars come in for service and they go out and the customers never see what happens. So it must be quite nice to actually see what goes into
Yeah, definitely.
Happens, so.
Absolutely. For those thinking, wondering, questioning or commenting what these little holes are all over the car that looks as though they've got a wart or skin disease over this leather, they are literally suction pads underneath so that they stay there. That's me properly trying. They won't come off. So it's protecting the paint, even though it's got PPF, and yeah, proper job. Technical assistance, Lamborghini. Could I be Google Translate, do you reckon? I'm sure that's exactly what it means, right?
Assistance technical, yeah, technical assistance.
Sick.